Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Dr. D's. We are back with another video. So today we're talking about the state of this game. Well, more Dr. D's. I'm talking about myself. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have not been posting content. I haven't been posting content. I still do summoning videos. I still do a should you summon. I still do the Saturday takeovers, and I do the Sunday routine. But outside of that, I've been kind of taking a step back. I haven't been really making content, and I just feel like I owe you guys the explanation as to why. All right. First off, I mean, the first thing is I'm getting burnt out. I'm getting burnt out on this game. I'm not having as much fun as I used to have on it. And it's a shame because this is an amazing game. It's an amazing game. It's very free to play friendly. You know, I've never played a gacha game where you get so many summons, especially for free to play players. And, you know, that's the reason why I still feel like I should make content. Also, we've created a great community of people. I mean, we're building something very special over here. Very, very special. But at the same time, if I'm burnt out and I'm not having fun on it anymore, I don't know if I could keep making content on it. And let me explain why. So we got the new stage Abyss, right? Before we had the Abyss, I was a huge advocate of we need more stages. In-game players are getting bored, they're quitting. We need to bring new stuff into the game, make it interesting. But then they brought the Abyss one in, right? And granted, they did release Narissa, they released Vorn, heroes that can help with this stage right here. But it's just so ridiculously hard to get that 60,000 bloodstones with only one key. It's really, really hard. They made it so hard. This is 100% an in-game boss. You definitely need the right heroes. You need the right gear. You need everything to go right. Can we get to 60K? Yes, eventually. I honestly have not even tried a new strategy for the Abyss since, like, I don't know, a couple months ago, but they made this stage ridiculously hard, which I was like, okay, you know what? They made it really hard. That's okay. That's okay. You know, we're good. That's not bad. But then they also came out with these new stages, the gear raids. We got stage 22, 23, 24 for gear raid 1. I know I can beat stage 23. I only attempted it one time. But that's another thing. I just don't feel like wasting hours and hours trying to figure this out. I guess I could watch somebody else's video and see how they do it, but I've always been a guy that I try to figure it out myself so I could come out with a video on it. But they've just made these stages so freaking hard. And it's not only for me. It's also because I like doing takeovers for the community, but how am I supposed to do a takeover when it's very hero dependent for, well, mostly for Gear Raid 1 and Gear Raid 3, especially Gear Raid 3. I mean, Gear Raid 3, they made ridiculously hard. This stage right here is way too hard for the average player, and getting to stage 24, good luck. I mean, I could probably do it on Gear Raid 1, but with Gear Raid 3, without Lady Alex, it just makes it almost non-existent. Also, I think I need to get my Aurora awakened a little bit, and I definitely need her skills to be fully maxed. So there's a lot of things that come into play for this. Also, her artifact, most people have it maxed. I mean, let's take a look at this. Stage 24. Let's see who have finished it in the top. This is just giving you guys an example. Yovar, Lady Alex. We got Aurora, Silas, Kai. I almost forgot his name. And then basically the same exact thing, except they're using Nyx, but we got Lady Alex, Silas, Yovar, and Aurora. Look at that. Yovar, Lady Alex, Silas, Aurora, Kai. Yovar, Aurora, and keep in mind, these Auroras are absolutely stacked with the exclusive fully upgraded, and A5 Aurora, which is going to be nearly impossible to get. There was some people, I've been checking this, and there was some people that cleared it with like Aurora A1 or A3 or something like that, and not even the artifact being fully upgraded, but her BP was still like off the charts, right? So you just need very, very good gear, god tier gear, and you basically, this is the recipe right here. These guys right here, also Merit. Everybody has a Merit except for this guy. This guy doesn't have Merit, but you see the trend. It's like, there's no other strategies for this. You have to have this lineup if you're going to beat it. And just kind of takes a lot out of you, especially because I like doing takeovers for people. And with the new, hey, Dr. D's, can you do a new stage? It's like, I mean, what heroes do you have? Let's check your lineup. And they just made this, they just made it so hard. And I'm not sitting here complaining saying that, well, actually I am complaining, but I'm not sitting here saying that, that, you know, the game is ruined because they came out with these stages. I'm just saying from my point of view, I got burnt out. Like, I'm like, dude, ridiculously hard. Abyss, like all these new stages are just ridiculously hard. And I'm not trying to spend hours trying to come up with the strategy to try and defeat the stage. You know, when they came out with stages like Artifact Material Raid, these stages right over here, hang on, where are they at? Artifact Material Raid, they came out with stage 21 and 22. This is what I like, you know, it was a little, you know, a little challenging at first, but you could do multiple strategies for this. It's not something that's ridiculously hard. Maybe if they just took it a notch up from this, that would be perfectly fine, but they just went full, like if they had a meter on how hard they wanted the stage to be, they just maxed out for all the new stages, which maybe not stage 22, but stage 23 and 24, they just maxed it out. So I don't know. I just got, me personally, I just got burnt out. And before you guys start coming at me saying, do you stop crying and all this, I want to tell you a little story. I was actually mentioning this on the live stream, and you know, again, I'm stating my opinion, guys. I'm stating my opinion. This is just how I feel. The beautiful thing about opinions is everybody has one. You know, you have an opinion, this guy has an opinion, this guy has an opinion, and this guy has an opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. If everybody had the same opinion, the world would be a boring place. So it's good that everyone has their own opinion, and you should state your opinion, but I'm just stating my opinion. I'm just letting you guys know how I feel about the game, all right? But there was this one guy, I'm not going to put him on blast, but he actually commented on one of my live streams, and it was kind of, well, here, let's just take a look at it. So we got Mr. G13 Gaming, and this is what he had to say on my live stream. On my live stream, I was going off a little bit. I mean, not too much. I was just like saying that, you know, basically what I just stated just now. And he said, I've always kept up with your vids, bro. And I was like, my man, this is a real one right here. This right here is a real one. And then I read the rest and I was like, oh boy. He said, but the whole I might quit spiel is tiring. Complaining about not being able to compete with new stages because they're hero specific is crazy. That's literally what every free-to-play player goes through in each piece of content. I was like, dude, like, okay, first off, let's take a step back, buddy, all right? I was saying that I might quit because I might actually quit. I'm a guy that keeps it real. You know, if you don't like someone that keeps it real, you want me to put a smile and be fake, then go watch somebody else. I keep it real. If I feel like I'm getting tired of a game, then I'm going to let my viewers know. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I'm sitting here like, oh my God, everybody needs to quit. I'm just saying I might quit, but that's because I might actually quit. You guys see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But then he said, I will never understand why whales buy their way to in-game and then still moan when they don't get what they want in a gacha. So I guess this guy, he says in the beginning, I've always kept up with your vids, but then down here, I guess he's referring to me as a whale, which is far from the truth. I am not a whale. I am not a kraken. I barely even spend money on this game. When I first started playing this game, I spent a little bit of money, but this past year, I have given away more money to other players in giveaways than I have on actually spending money on this game. I am far from a whale. I've just been playing this game for a long time. There's a difference. All right. Try to keep up, Mr. G13. All right. So, but the fact that he called me a whale, but he also says I've always kept up with your vids. Oh no, you better stop the cap, bro. You better stop the cap right now. But also saying you don't want to spend days trying to come up with tactics that work, ? That's what makes the game fun/rewarding. And, you know, I agree with that. That part I do agree with. You know, that is what makes it fun/rewarding. But at the same time, I'm not having fun with it. You know, before when I was trying to figure out how to beat Gear Raid 3, Gear Raid 2, Gear Raid 1, I was having fun. But you know, you gotta always keep in mind, everyone just keep this in mind. When you first start playing a game, it's always more fun. The real challenge is still having fun when you're at the end game. You know how many games I played, I got to the end game, and then I ended up quitting it? I'm surprised I've held this long with Watcher of Realms. I'm a guy that gets burnt out. Once I have nothing to do and I'm at the end game, I end up getting burnt out and I end up quitting the game. That's just how I roll. You know, I guess I'm built like that, you know? Once I get bored, I get bored. But I have lasted with Watcher of Realms a lot longer than most games, okay? So with this statement, this last statement he said, I do agree with that. That's what makes the game fun / rewarding. I'm just not trying to do it. I really am, especially because I'm feeling burnt out, and then they come out with these stages that are just ridiculously hard. It just makes it, you know, before I was having fun with it. Now, not so much. Not really having fun with it anymore, which just makes it more of a chore than actually like making a content, right? Before it was like, oh my God, okay, I placed this guy here, and right at the right moment, we're going to withdraw him, and then we're going to hurry up and lay Silas out. That was before. Now it's like, oh God, that didn't work. Oh, that didn't work either. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just not having fun with it, all right? I'm just stating my opinion, guys. I know there's probably going to be a lot of people that feel like this guy, or maybe it's not going to be that many, but at the same time, like, Jesus, guys, I'm just stating my opinion. Don't be getting your panties in a bunch, all right? And then he ends it by saying this: end gamers just want to be able to buy their way to the heroes that will carry them through so they can just pop them down and auto the content. I mean, that don't sound bad. But then he says, then wonder why they're getting bored. You know, come on, bro, that's weak. And when he said that's weak, I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, I don't know. I guess I can't state my opinion. I can't state my opinion without someone getting their panties in a bunch. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that I just want to pop someone down and auto the content. Granted, that would be nice. That's what I enjoy doing, though. I enjoy beating a stage, then autoing the content and farming for gear, getting better gear. That's what it's all about, right? But my biggest thing on this is takeovers. I want to be able to do takeovers for stage 22 all the way to stage 24. But I can't do that. I can't do that because it's very hero dependent. If you don't have the right heroes, we're not going to be able to get it done. It is what it is. And I think that's part of why I'm not having fun. I don't know. I've been feeling like this for quite some time. And then when they came out with these new stages, it just kind of put me past my limit. And I think taking a step back has really done some good things. By the way, this was my comment. Laugh out loud, bro. I was just stating how I felt. So you never get bored or burnt out on any games you have played. Come on now, you'd be lying if your answer is no. And then I put that's weak in parentheses, and I just put 3 laughing emojis, right? But at the same time, like I said, I'm getting burnt, guys. I'm getting burnt. I've been feeling like this for a while. What's been keeping me going is the community. We're building something special over here. If you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you join it. So guys, I just wanted to state how I'm feeling, you know, just stating my opinion. And you know, I think the tacticians coming out, that makes things a little more interesting. Hopefully it makes the game fun again. But if I keep feeling like this and it just keeps getting worse and worse, then I'll probably move to a different gacha game. But as of right now, I'm still going to be doing content for Watcher of Realms. Like I said, it's a good game overall, but just wanted to let you guys know how I'm feeling. And you guys hit me up with any questions, comments, anything of that nature. But that's all we got, guys. You guys have a good rest of your night. Thanks for making it to the end.